I've pretty much got it central to the desk, so it should be right.
I'll take these. Just talk.
Yo, yo, yo. Hello, hello. Welcome.
Welcome. How do you want to do the? Do you still do the clap? Clap.
Now the whole clap part is because then when it syncs up, when I sync the audio, I can see where the spike is.
Fair enough. What? She's the only one that wants to talk to me.
Yeah.
That's true.
I tried to ring you. You didn't answer. You can't.
Because I have a habit to keep my phone on vibrate, and when I was walking, I had an audio book in, so I just couldn't hear
Just
anything
like
anyway.
having the vibration up against your nutsack, don't you? So you let it ring.
That's why I have those Nike shorts with a secret pocket.
All right. Welcome to episode 8, as opposed to episode 7.2.
Yeah, because that didn't work too well.
This is part 2 of the Static X, everything Static X. As you may have noticed if you watched part 1, there was a few cuts here and there in the video. That was because my Flash Technology GoPro fucked up and didn't want to do its job. Pretty much at one stage there, it was just recording, and then it would just stop recording, and then it would start recording again. And so we recorded part 2 when we recorded part 1, and I got home and plugged it all in, and half of part 2 was fucking gone.
Yeah, right.
So here's part 2, take 2.
And what were we up to?
Oh, and also, while I'm here, congratulations to my main man Jane and Kate on their engagement.
Didn't you do that already?
No, it got cut out.
Oh,
That's
it got cut
another
out.
thing that was fucking missing.
Right.
So yes, so hopefully we have no issues today. But yeah,
See what
just have to
happens.
see where we go with our Flash new
podcasting gear.
podcast setup.
Yeah. We'll see if it works.
Well, this is going to be the test, mate. So there we go.
See, I didn't think mine was supposed to be picking up anything from you, but from like the back end of it. But if you're talking,
Yo, yo, yo. Yeah, it's because close distance will be bouncing off the walls too.
I'm going to have to put some curtains in here.
Curtains, yeah, whatever's going. Alrighty, so Static X have just released a new album entitled Regeneration Volume 1.
The controversial album.
Yes. What are your thoughts, mate? I know you'll have to hear me spill my first impressions that I wrote down again. But what were your thoughts on the album?
Loved it because it made me feel like a young girl again back when I first listened to him.
First time wearing a training
First
bra.
time, yeah, that was it. And that's all I want out of music. I don't necessarily need new experimental shit that a lot of bands think they need to do to grow. So Static X with the new album, I thought it was fucking awesome because it had so much of Wisconsin Machine and Shadow Zone. It just had so much of all that in there. And it had a few things that reminded me of like Cannibal, which I'd have to go back and note down. But there's just so much in there from their first 3 albums, which is the best albums.
Which is the shit you grew up with loving and listening to.
Yeah, exactly. So like, yeah. So when you see all these new bands coming out with new albums, that's why I said to me it's better than Slipknot's new album.
Which I disagreed with, but yeah, I understand where you're coming from.
But you know, this is how their first album affected me like. Slipknot's first album. And this is why I say that their new album isn't as good to me as the new Static X album, because I was watching House of Masks, and he was doing the Corey Taylor run through of the complete history of his masks, and there was a lot of like
the other day,
there was a lot of early stuff like that he had with the first Ghost Glow mask, or whatever they called it, with his own dreads.
Yep.
And seeing that, it didn't even look like the dude had eyes because everything, the photo was taken, everything was like darkened, so it looked like it was just like his mask with fucking nothing behind it. It was just black. And to me, that was like, that is Slipknot. What Corey Taylor's wearing now and what they're doing with the music, to me, isn't Slipknot. It's just...
No, it's gone way beyond.
It's a heavier Stone Sour. It's not what I want... A lot of people want Slipknot to be. So when Static X released this, even though Wayne isn't technically 100% part of it, and there's a lot of issues with whether or not it was a money grab and blah, 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 the music itself took me back and reminded me that this is a good fucking band that I've always loved.
Yep.
Love playing their music, and I've cranked the album almost every day since it came out.
Yeah, I listened to it again this morning.
So
when I was getting the kids ready for school, I chucked it on.
yeah, if I'm working, I'm like doing my PC stuff on the computer, or I'm out in the garage doing these plates or whatever, it's cranking, and I've just got it on repeat. Every now and then I'll put some Mudvayne on, but I've genuinely had this new album on repeat on recycle nonstop. It's been that good. Love it.
It is a good album. My first thoughts, I don't know if I should bother with my sheet.
No, yeah, get it out. Get it out.
Been through this. Thanks to technology, we no longer have that footage. So I thought when the album came out, I said to Jane, you know, like I'll have a listen, and but fuck, why don't I do the smart thing and just fucking write down my first thoughts when I hear it?
Yeah.
Because otherwise, I mean, I've listened to it that many times that my opinion has changed. But let's start, shall we? So the intro track, I suppose you would say it. They've got the I'm with stupid bit in there where it's like, stupid, yeah, it was very stupid. And it made me think, is that sort of like a honour him being like, all right, the fight with Wayne was stupid? I sort of took it could be like that. Who fucking knows? Because they have in, you know, the tragedy, the fucking, what is it? The biggest thing about tragedy is sometimes it fucking makes you regrow, whatever the fuck they say.
Yeah, I know what you're saying.
So I sort of took that as, all right, cool, that might be their way of saying, look, sorry for all the bullshit.
Yeah.
But yeah, Hollow. So that was the first song I'd heard.
Yeah.
And I'd said to Jane, like, what the fuck is this shit? I did not like it at all, but I will admit now, after listening to the album fucking 24 times,
Yeah.
that song's grown on me. I don't mind that song now.
If I may say something, that was for me, like every single they released coming up to the release of the album, like I liked them, but I wasn't like really G'd up for the album from what they released. I think there were other songs they could have released.
Yep.
But to me, it's similar to the new Slipknot album though as well. We'd spoken about a bunch of stuff that they released over the course
like
of last year.
Unsainted.
Yeah.
I hated that when I first heard it, but now it's grown on me.
I was like, oh, this is just going to be a softer version of All Hope Is Gone. That's what I thought
we
it was
could have got
be.
Corey Taylor's solo project. What a not even going into that right now. But
I'm not talking about that one today. But for me, like Slipknot was the same. Like I couldn't get into their music, and I like those songs now.
Yep.
But if we're going to reach for an album right now, I'm going for Static X.
Yeah. Well, yeah, no, I'm similar. Same thing. Like when Unsainted came out with Slipknot, we were like, what is this fucking shit? Same with me with Hollow. But now, like, it's definitely grown on me.
Yeah.
But I've listened to the album quite a bit. Worth Dying For. You remember this one from when we talked about it? I don't know if it's just because, like, the other week I watched Aladdin with the kids. Will Smith as a genie, which is fucking shocking. Like,
oh, you watched the movie?
Yeah, the movie.
I don't think I can watch it.
And it's just like, you know, I grew up on Robin Williams was our genie.
Yeah.
Not this fucking Will Smith shit. But anyway, the flow in the chorus. It's like, know you want, know you got, know you take. It reminds me of Aladdin. Prince Ali, diddly-dee, fucking a barbwa, you know, like whatever that is. So yeah, that I can't help it. Every time I hear that song, that chorus comes in, Aladdin just runs in my head. I can't turn it off now. I've tried to, but in my head it just goes Aladdin every fucking time.
Ever since you've mentioned that to me and that comes on, I'm like, I don't hear it. But it pops in my head that you said it reminds you of
Go
Aladdin.
watch Aladdin.
But I can't pick it up.
Terminator Escalator. Recycled riffs, but we'll get into that after. But recycled riffs and flow big time. Mixed music of Destroy All opening riff with Behemoth flow. Behemoth was off their Cannibal album. And the chorus is pretty much a revised version of Dirt House. Run, run, run. It's go, go, go. Which honestly, if this is all leftover songs, fuck Dirt House off, delete that altogether and put that in instead.
Yeah.
But all these years, heard this one before. I think All These Years was the one that made me say, okay, I'm keen to hear this album.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's fucking pretty much, that's all I've written there. Accelerate. First listen, not sure what to think, as it was cool, but also felt boring and effortless. Bring You Down, the intro is fix.
Yeah, you said that.
And when I showed you, you can hear it.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I said, I'll talk about all these things where I feel like they've recycled the riffs in a minute.
Yeah.
My Destruction. I fucking like that song. That's a really good song, which sucks that Tripp is claiming that he wrote that song. But still, I like that fucking song. It's one of my favourite off the album.
Yeah, we'll talk about that in a minute.
Something of My Own. First listen, so far so good. Reminds me of later Static X. Otsego Placebo. Can't be a Static X album without mentioning Otsego. But I don't know about you, but the intro and like that synthy part they do in it reminds me a lot of Rob Zombie. And not in a bad way either, like in a good way.
Yeah. No, not for me.
Have a listen to it after I said it and you'll see what I mean, you know.
Yeah.
That boy's one mean motherfucker.
Yeah.
The bit all before that, before he goes into the whole singing bit, just that synthy part and like the samples they've used at the start reminds me of some Rob Zombie.
It reminds me of some old, like, it's like they just discovered 90s dance music and techno. That's what it sounds like to me.
Yep.
That's what all the synth shit on that album, that's what it all reminds me of. Like,
well, yeah, there's a lot of synth shit on there.
I've never thought of Rob Zombie. I've always just thought of like that would be something Fatboy Slim would do if he was making a metal album. You know,
it's just that particular song, that first bit. It just maybe because I was listening to Zombie the other day and shuffle.
That boy's one mean motherfucking chuck it on here.
Boy's one mean motherfucker.
Every time we fuck up.
Follow, not memorable. Nothing much to say.
Yeah, well, second last album.
And Dead Souls. Dead Souls was a good song.
Yeah.
A good ending for the album.
But
they always have good endings to albums.
Yeah, I was actually going to say that. Like, they lead with their strong material.
Yep.
And it's like their last one or two tracks before the final track is always a little, It's like you can get through it, but it's not the greatest. And then they always have a wicked ending. So to me, it's like that was a...
Well, that was my first listening. Like, apart from the singles that I heard before, that was pretty much, as I'm listening to the songs, I'm jotting shit down.
Yeah.
So I thought a lot of times I'd heard recycled riffs or recycled flows and shit, but then it makes sense because if this was all... That boy's one mean motherfucker. If this is all leftover shit that never made the album, then it would make sense that, all right, this sounds like this and that sounds like that, because they might have went, all right, we got these 3 songs. Oh, fuck, but that riff might fit better in this song. Then that song gets released. Oh, that song we don't use now. Because I've done the same when I was just going through my songs. I've dropped one of the songs off the list altogether. Don't like the song.
Yeah.
But I've stolen a part out of it, a riff out of it, because I was like, that riff's too good just to be fucking lost.
Yeah.
And that's now in another song that's being written at the moment. So I can see that side of things. And I just... When you hear shit like this, like all the unreleased stuff, it makes me wish that they had released more with Wayne, because they're claiming that, you know, it's fucking... They've written it all or whatever else, and then you got Tripp claiming something else. I would have liked to just... see them all go, all right, sorry, boys, let's kiss and make up.
Yeah.
And release an album like this, as long as they weren't going to release something like fucking Cold of Static.
But in saying that, I think because of the issues they had with the last couple of albums they released, more of a let's just finish up any contractual obligations that we have. Like, I think it was Devin Townsend said about Strapping Young Lad, they just pumped the albums out because he was in a shitty contract.
I remember you saying that, yeah.
They just wanted to pump him out and be done with it, and he hasn't done Strapping since. And
he's talked about it a few times, but then he turns around and goes, "Nah, I can't do it."
Yeah, because it's just too much bad shit between them all. Well, not bad.
No, he's still.
I think it's just the experience of that contract.
The guitar player still jumps on stage with him every now and again and plays Love.
Oh yeah. I'm just saying, like, in terms of whether or not Strapping Young Lad will ever be again, I think it's just not.
No, probably not.
They fucking beat it to death to get out of the contract.
Yeah.
To finish their obligation. So that could have been like Static X. That Cold of Static was pretty fucking. That was horrible. That wasn't a win.
Well, all up for this new album. On first impressions, I would have said it was like a fucking 5 out of 10. But after listening to it so much, I'd give it fucking 8 out of 10. Easy.
Yeah, it's like a 9, if not a 10 for me. Because I genuinely love it. I haven't been listening to try and find out this is from this and who stole this part. And I said,
that was just my first impressions from first hearing. Because I'd hear something and I'd be like, hang on a minute. That's this fucking song.
Yeah, so I listen to music just to pass time because I enjoy it. I'm not looking for anything. That's why I said I don't need new artistic experiences and random shit happening in the background that you can barely hear.
Like what, My Pain?
Yeah, don't need any more of that stuff. But that's why I love it, because I listen to it and I'm like, fuck yeah, discovering metal all over again. Because it was one of the first bands that like got me into it. And then that's why I'd love for Slipknot to, but they'll never do it. They'll never make a debut album Vol 2.
No.
It'll never happen.
Or an I or anything.
I was so good.
But see, then it's interesting to see what might happen next with, if this was Volume 1, how much more music have they got sitting around that they haven't released yet for Volume 2? Or are they going to turn around and completely go, all right, fuck it, let's just write another Static X album?
Yeah, they could do.
Because it'll be interesting to see how that goes.
Regeneration could be, we've got the band cranking and it's all new stuff. This is our new album, our first album as a new band kind of, because they got a new singer. It's all dope. He's still played.
He was in the credits as executive producer.
Yeah, I know. He can't hide it. They have to come out and say something. But now that I did have that on silent, now that they've got
talking about fucking,
Slipknot.
Yeah, here comes the pain.
Yeah,
some pain for Tripp.
The best message tone ever. I hope they do come out with a new one. And if they call it Vol 2, then hopefully it's either stuff they've been working on for years and they found it, or they've just got extra content, or it's brand new and it's just them saying, hey, the band is back, and it's not just a couple of quick tours.
Well, that's the thing. Like when they first said about, all right, we found all these old songs of Wayne's, like the producer or whatever gave it to us, whatever. They made it seem like they had a handful of songs. They officially, well, not officially, but they essentially fucking filled a whole album with all them fucking songs.
They did, yeah.
So chances are they've got a whole box of demos and shit sitting in the back of Tony's cupboard somewhere. Because you don't know what was given to him and what wasn't.
Well, who knows? What's the guitarist's name?
Koichi.
Maybe he had shit as well. Who knows? Because surely he wrote music back.
He took more care of all the sampling and programming shit.
Yeah, so that still has influence over writing. But who knows? But anyway, lost my train of thought. I was going to ask you something. Oh, did you notice the difference between, to me, what sounds like stuff that Wayne had actually recorded properly, like vocals, and then Zero's vocals?
Oh my god, over the top.
It's a complete... No, I don't think it's over the top. It's just two different tones.
No, yeah, no, I don't mean over the top, but like, yeah.
It's just like there was a song there. I'd have to flick through it again and have a listen. But I was like, because Kate was listening to it as well, and she's like, "Why does it sound like there's two different singers?" I said, "Because it probably is." I said, "Because the original singer's passed away."
Well, and that's the thing, like, because even some of them old recordings, even if they had Wayne's vocals on them, if they couldn't boost them high enough because they might be, different technology they were using that back then, he may have then had to sing Wayne's parts.
Yeah, no, you can just tell there's two different.
But see, then that's the thing as well.
So it's not every track. There's only one or two or three or so that I've picked out so far. I'm like, Wayne ain't on that track at all. Might be his lyrics, but he didn't sing it. But it's still,
well, I think
it flows well enough that you don't really notice it.
The ones that in brackets say Project Regeneration, I assume would be the ones with Zero Dope on it.
Yeah.
That's his name for now, people. Zero Dope.
Yeah.
But yeah, fuck. See, that's a hard thing now as well. I can't remember if we would have talked about that in the last episode, how he gave me a dope pick.
Yeah.
Trying to claim that
During
he's not
Static X.
got anything to do with dope. It's hard to remember what was said out of the recordings that we lost.
Yeah.
But that brings us to the next thing. So the album was awesome. Like I said, at first I wasn't sold, but then the more I listened to it, it grew on me, and it's a fucking great album. But then there's the discussion as well of now all of a sudden, old mate pedo Tripp has fucking come out and fucking claiming pretty much to be the one responsible for even getting them back together, responsible for writing all the shit.
To be fair, he did produce a photo of himself, Tony, and Zero Dope all sitting down eating fish and chips or whatever the fuck they're eating in that photo.
Hanging out for 14-year-old girls.
Yeah, so, nah. So who knows how much he really did, and who knows how much they're going to deny because they're afraid it's going to hurt their image or their fan base.
There was an issue with it at first when he first came out, fucking ages back now, and he'd mentioned, all right, it's going to feature songs from me and Wayne, because around the time where a lot of this shit's meant to be from, he was in the band and him and Wayne were co-writing shit.
Yeah.
And then pretty much they're like, oh, yeah. And then as soon as someone was like, I hope you haven't got that fucking sex offender on that album, fucking rah-rah. Then all of a sudden the band pulled back and said, oh, no. Actually, what's happened is we found these old songs, but all the guitar tracks have mysteriously gone missing, and we've only got Wayne's vocal fucking files.
Yeah.
Which I reckon's fucking bullshit too.
Yeah, it's a bit strange that all of a sudden...
He did get writing credits in the album.
Yeah, he's got
I think only for one song, though. Might have been Hollow.
He's got the writing credit, but... it's a bit strange that they didn't either rewrite it or just say, yeah, look, all this happened before he went to prison and before shit happens. You know?
Yeah, but you just don't know how long he was doing it before he got caught either.
No, and I get why they didn't do it, because in today's culture, if they had have come out and said, yeah, we're using his guitar riffs, even though he went to prison for he's a registered sex offender and all this sort of rubbish. The way the culture is, they wouldn't have gotten it. Nothing.
Well, even
they wouldn't even got a world tour because
totally different band, Emperor. They their drummer went to jail.
Yeah.
Remember when we watched Lords of Chaos?
Yeah.
The dude who stabbed the guy, met him down the pub.
Yeah.
That was a drummer for Emperor.
Yeah.
He got out of jail and he went and done a tour with Emperor, and everyone was hanging shit on them. How can you have this convicted murderer in your band?
Because he killed a gay guy. So it's would have been a hate crime, I suppose, in today's standards.
Just killing someone in general. They're all going, how could you do that? And he's like, yeah, mate, that was 20 fucking years ago.
Yeah.
But, I mean, it's different. I see it anyway. Killing a guy is different than fucking trying to root underage girls like a sick cunt.
No, and I get why they didn't, but I mean, I'm not saying that he should be as successful as what the guys in the band are, because he wrote some songs, but
he's trying to take full credit for the whole idea.
I don't know, in the background, keep your mouth shut. We'll buy the songs off you, and then we'll use it, and then good luck with your band. They should have worked something out contractually behind the scenes, because I reckon they have used a lot of his riffs.
Oh yeah,
but back when, who knows how you can prove that they're his riffs?
Well, that's like when I think you sent me through that that document or whatever, and it was like it has the breakdown of who wrote how much parts of each song.
Yeah.
And it's like, well, how do you know that you wrote 46.75% of this song and fucking... But Tony's got his hand in every one of them songs. Fuck knows how when he did fuck all.
Isn't Static X Tony's now? Because it was
pretty much
between him and
that
Wayne.
was why Wayne went and done Pighammer, which I'm pretty sure we mentioned that last episode. But which we would have remembered if the camera hadn't have fucked up. Yeah. But essentially it makes you wonder how do you prove that, unless he's got all recordings of demos from fucking way back, which he could do.
They could do.
Or it could be as easy as, all right, this producer dude's given him, here's the fucking copy of what's written, and then it has on there Wayne guitar left side, Tripp guitar right side, or whatever. They could do it like that, I suppose, and work out who played what. But yeah, that led into a big social media fucking uproar, fighting back and forth between... We started with Tripp and Static X jumped in, and then it pretty much went just zero dope, just fucking dove on him big time.
Was it social media or was it just in the news? Because I'm pretty sure they were just articles.
A lot of it was probably just fucking news outlets fucking stirring shit. But, I mean, I don't agree with what Tripp done, and I think he should still be in jail getting gang raped by fucking old Barry.
I don't think he should. He should have got, what did he do, 5 years?
Not even that.
He should have got fucking more than that.
He got he went to jail, and I think it was 2009 or some shit, and again in 2011 or whatever it was. I can't remember what it was, but I was reading it the other day. He didn't even get a long stretch.
No, he should have been in there.
So unless maybe something happened, like he turned around and he could prove that these girls claim they're 18 perhaps.
Yeah.
But even still, what are you doing? Fucking, he was acting as someone that dressed like himself to try to lure these girls. So what's wrong with you, you sick cunt?
Well, I don't get that.
But even still, no matter what he done, he deserves a fucking good kick in the teeth.
It's like walking down to the primary school and saying, I'm not the guy in a famous band, but I sure do look like him.
That's what he was doing.
I don't understand the logic of that. If it's true, what he was doing.
Oh, he got convicted for it.
Oh, did he?
Yeah. He's, yeah.
Jeez.
Like I said, I don't know how he's out of jail so quick. But that could also be, maybe I'm just getting angry because I don't like fucking pedophiles.
Yeah.
But
no,
he's just, it's one of them things where it's like, it seems sus as fuck, is how is he out of jail so quickly?
Yeah, he should definitely have been away for a lot longer, and he shouldn't be allowed to put himself in a situation where he's in spotlight of sorts. You know what I mean?
Well, and he's been trying to get that. This is why this all came about, because he's been trying to get in the spotlight. Everything is fucking whatever that band's called that he's doing now.
Yeah.
He hashtags everything. Hashtag Static X, dope, murder dolls.
Yeah.
Fucking everything. It's like...
To give him credit, though, I hate to say to give him credit, but, he was in those bands. That's the fucking crazy part.
Well, he wrote Die Motherfucker Die,
Yeah.
which is what Dope's biggest fucking hit.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know if he wrote it by himself. Maybe him and fucking Edsel wrote it, but he had a big part in it.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was so essentially, yeah, they had a few words back and forth, and Dope shut him down pretty hard. But then since his response to Dope, saying, "Look, mate, I don't know why you're talking this shit. You know, like we sorted out our stuff. Why are you trying to put out a fucking, you know, whatever?" And Edsel hasn't even replied.
Yeah.
So it makes you wonder how much
I haven't heard
how much truth is in it that Edsel did say, "Yeah, mate, we're all cool. Come and have lunch with me and Tony, and let's suck each other off." Who fucking knows? You know what I mean? Like, who knows?
I know what you mean. They're just trying to be good mates. But yeah, I was actually going to say, since Edsel came out and said, no, he had nothing to do with them, blah, we didn't bring anyone together. And then Tripp came out and said, like they hugged and made up and went to dinner or lunch or whatever they did, and they worked out their issues. And Wayne had apparently forgiven him previously before he died as well.
No, I very highly doubt that Wayne forgave him.
Yeah, but he came out and said all this random shit, and the thing is, there's nothing from the Static X camp about Tripp's last comments that I'm aware of, that I've read of.
I didn't even see Edsel reply either.
No,
but I mean, I'm mostly getting that from what you send me through because I don't do social media.
Well, I don't do it either. It's just news, like the Blabbermouth or whatever the metal things are. They come up on the news.
Oh, with my new phone, all the news that comes up is coronavirus in fucking UK.
That's because you haven't fucking set it to your likings. You can go into it will feed you news what you want to put in it.
I'd rather not have anything pop up at all. It's fucking annoying.
Well, that's how I get all the heavy metal news, and that's how I found out about Corey Taylor's solo project.
Oh, well, let's have a quick chat about that before we wrap it up, shall we?
Well, we can go longer if you want. It doesn't have to be strict half hour.
Oh no, I've got to go pick up the kids too.
It's only 12:30, man. What time do they knock off school?
3 o'clock, but still an hour and a half drive home.
Yeah. No, I get that.
Yeah. Anything else you want to add about Static X?
No, I'm good, man. New album's awesome. Can't wait for the new one. Oh, if anyone, I doubt anyone will hear this from the Static X camp, but send me my fucking pre-order shit because it's getting a bit late. I haven't received the hoodie, the shirt, the signed vinyl, the signed digipack. I pre-ordered in 2018. Got told it was shipped in 2019. I have no shipping details. I'm trying to sort it out now. So send me my shit.
Get back to you once he's finished picking out his new Porsche, mate.
You know what the worst part is? I'm a sucker for, like I always have been, for like band memorabilia shit. Yep. And I'm tempted to get on there and order that green vinyl.
I saw that. Yeah.
I'm like, I should just order that green vinyl.
Because apparently they've sold out of it, so they're making more or whatever.
Well, in the email I got this morning, this is where it gets a bit strange, because I read that they online, someone said, oh, I thought the whole point of it being a limited run, like, oh, well, that's why we done green. So the people who ordered the blue ones have got the blue ones, and the vinyls and blah blah blah. So it's a
money grab, Gene.
It is.
Money grab.
It is, and suckers like me will go, take my cash, because I love that signed stuff. So they asked me if I've got the CD yet. I said no. I sent them a screenshot of the tracking that's been like in LA for a month, and they said the vinyl will be shipping this week or next when we get more vinyls in and signed.
Well, you paid for yours that long ago. Yours should have already been signed and fucking sent.
Yeah, so I'm hoping they don't send me the green one, because I actually really like that blue one. If they do, it's all good. And then they said, like, if not, we'll send another CD with the vinyl, no problem. So if two
rock up, I'll buy the other one off you.
I'll just give it to you.
Fucking CD. I should have ordered it, but I didn't because I had no money at the time.
Which sucks, because your name's not in the liner notes.
Give a fuck.
I'm special.
Yeah, you are. You on that thing I sent you through. You're what, page 9?
Page 9 of something. Yeah. My brother's in there too.
Oh, sweet. But yeah, like you're saying, if Static X, anyone Static X camp hears this, they're not going to.
No, they're
because
not going to.
After I said about them sucking each other off, Tony's already on the phone to lawyers trying to get me sued for that.
Don't take heart to anything he says.
I'm just fucking around, Tony. We love you.
But if anyone does know anyone who saw someone who saw this, who knows someone who saw it,
whose uncles, neighbours, milkman knows Wayne's mum.
If there's someone who knows what strings Tony uses on his bass, because he knows a guy who sold them to him, just like how
Just
I,
let him know he wants his fucking shit.
just let him know I want the stuff. Like, the reason I said it like that is because in the bodybuilding world, there's like all these keyboard warriors on forums, and they're like, I know exactly what stack Big Ramy or Brendan Curry or Phil Heath, one of the top bodybuilders, is on. Like, I know exactly what stack this person's on because I know the butcher's brother who cuts the meat for the trainer of the coach of this guy. It's like, oh, so you know everything about their life because you know a guy who knows a guy who knows a guy.
Who's probably never met the guy in their fucking life.
Yeah, exactly. And they have no fucking clue. But seriously, if anyone knows anyone who knows anyone who knows anyone, give me my stuff. I really want it.
Shit.
I want to get it framed and everything. Corey Taylor's band. Well, Corey Taylor band.
Corey Taylor solo project. So hang on, before you jump into this, right? So Janan said to me, "Oh, Corey Taylor's new solo album's out. Do yourself a favour. Don't bother." And so that made me think, like, all right. So I thought it was just all going to be political shit, but then it popped up in my YouTube recommended, and I was like, all right. And then it was like featuring I was about to say Booker T then because he's run around with a fucking belt in the film clip. What's his name?
Yeah.
Boogie, Kid Boogie, or sorry, I don't know rap. I don't know the dude's name. And Tech Nine.
It wasn't Booker T, that's for sure.
No, definitely not Booker T.
His whole thing was he wanted to be like a wrestling, like...
He's got wrestlers in the film clip too.
Yeah, he wanted it to be like a wrestling genre type mix-up thing, and I'm like...
It was a poor attempt at a rap song.
Yeah.
It was fucking shocking. We're talking about the song CMFT Must Be Stopped or whatever it's called.
That's the album, I think.
Well, that's the only song I've heard.
Oh, okay.
He's run around with the belt. He's got all the cameos from like Lars and Nurgle and all that.
Through the film clip. I didn't watch it. I like dragged the cursor through to see what was happening, and I was like, yeah, okay. And then
you didn't miss much.
That other song, Black Eyes Blue or Blue Eyes Black or whatever it is. I was like, why?
I haven't heard that one yet. After hearing the first one, I'm not keen to hear it, but I'll have to go home now and listen to it.
To me, he's done what, and this could be completely wrong, but to me, he's done like what he did with Slipknot when he wrote songs about. It's very suspect that they could potentially be about previous Slipknot members. The songs that he's written.
So you've heard the whole album?
For what? No. Just the one song that I listened to. But that's what it sounded like. Is
Sorry, I got to redeem myself now. Keep talking. I just got to do this guy's name to make sure that I got the because it wasn't Booker T, and it's pissed me off now.
I think Tech Nine was in one of them.
Tech Nine was in this one I'm talking about.
But he done like the lyric content is he's not directly saying anything in any way to anyone about anything, but there's a lot of subtle this is my view and this is my opinion. What the fuck are you doing?
Kid Bookie, not Booker T.
Kid Bookie. All right, that's the wrong person again. But it's just like I don't know if it's political or not, the stuff he's got, but when you read the lyrics, it doesn't sound too political. But when you see the film clip to that Black Eyes Blue or Blue Eyes Black, whichever they call it, there's a lot of like black fists in the air and chains and just the overall tone of watching that was like, get off the Black Lives Matter shit, man. Yep. Even like...
Well, all lives matter. Well, not just black lives, all lives matter.
But like even like I don't know if you know them, the Hodge twins. On YouTube, they got... I think they used to have a couple of million followers, but when they came out as conservatives and not Democrats, they lost a lot of black followers because apparently a large portion of African Americans are Democrats.
Yep.
And that's I'm very much. If I was in America, I'd be very much voting for Trump. The way it goes, and I know it's a big thing to be saying.
Out of our 11 subscribers, we just lost 3.
Yeah, we just lost 11. But these guys are like very much on. The side of just Black Lives Matter is bullshit. The people who set it up aren't even black, and it's been around for years, and they've had hundreds of millions of dollars donated and gathered and all that sort of shit.
Well, what are they doing with this money? Are they like building schools or something for them, or what are they doing?
All these African American or black conservatives are like, where's all the money going? They're not putting it back into schools. They're not putting it back into any. Well,
they should be. If they're going to push it that much, they should be doing something for them.
Exactly, and then you've got people. And this is where I'm following the American politics really heavy. Like
I stay clear away from it. The only time I hear about it is if I talk to you.
I'm into it. I love it. this is going to sound really bad. I'm enjoying watching the country burn because they're so fucking stupid. They are. They're so fucking stupid. In the name of Black Lives Matter, they're rioting, pulling statues down. They're setting federal buildings on fire. They've killed more black people have been killed in these riots and rallies than probably there would be typically in any year. New York City, for example, had like last month, I think they had like a full year's worth of shootings in a month of what they had in 2019. I'm like, fuck, what the hell's going on over there? And yeah, like you get your Joe Biden who's running for president against Trump. And the dude can't even remember what he's saying. Like,
They say the pedo.
Oh, he likes to touch people's shoulders. So there's a big thing about
One
that.
of Tripp Easton's mates.
Probably. But the dude's like, he's old. He ain't, like his cognitive function has declined so much. You can't watch him in an interview because he can't answer a question straight.
Could be worse. They could hire fucking
like,
Kanye West.
Joe, what do you think of COVID? And he's like, well, the thing with COVID is it's not very good for our society. And then he stops. And then he'll be like, oh, well, things. And then he would just talk about something completely different because in that 3-second pause, his brain's like, the fuck you talking about?
Mm.
And the reason I talked about that is because every time I hear like Rob Flynn from Machine Head, I've had to unfollow him on Instagram because I just can't deal with his left-wing shit. I'm like thinking music and entertainment shouldn't be like that. So if you're going to write a solo album, it shouldn't be fucking political. If you're going to make a movie, it shouldn't be political.
Actually,
I can't stand the shit. Make music because it's entertainment, not because it's getting your views across. Like if you can't write a song for all of your fans, then don't call it a machine.
But didn't he
song.
also turn around and say, well,
different.
if you fans don't share my political views, you can fuck off, you're not my fans? Was he one of that lot that went through that?
Possibly. Eminem was one of those guys. He done a rap, but he was down his gangster rap
but
in the car park
let's
about Trump.
be honest. Eminem hasn't been good for fucking years. I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm not a rapper. In the rap game, he does that million words a second fucking song and all that. But I just mean lyrically.
He's talented, but he hasn't.
Oh, all right. So let me revise that. He is talented as fuck.
Yeah.
But in the sense of, I don't listen to rap, but if I was going to listen to rap, I'd be listening to old drugged up Eminem where it's like, I'll kill you, motherfucker.
I'm listening.
I listen to all that old shit, not this new,
stuff.
whatever the fuck this new shit is. I think the last album of his that I enjoyed was the Eminem Show.
Man, that was a while ago.
And after that, I haven't listened to anything of his because it just turned to shit.
Yeah.
But that's in my humble opinion, people.
Yeah.
We're allowed to have opinions.
All these musicians, like the Rob Flynns, the Machine Heads, the Corey Taylors, the Slipknots, they're all talented individuals, and they could and they are doing whatever they want because clearly they can. But I just don't think there's the right media for pushing your own political views. If they want to be pushing that, then they should be looking at being in a political party and moving in a direction that's going to create that change. Yeah. It's like Kane from the wrestling. He was like...
he's the mayor or some shit, isn't he?
Yeah, like he's like, well, this is my opinion, this is my political opinion, and this is how I can help with change in my region or the district that I'm in, is I'm going to go and be a mayor. So I don't even know if he got it. But
yeah, I'm pretty sure he did.
He did get it.
I'm not 100% on that, but even Randy Blythe from Lamb of God was talking about getting into politics.
Yeah, that'd be a weird one.
But
well, I don't think he could because he's a convicted murderer. Well, not convicted, but he had that incident.
No, he got cleared of all charges.
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
So, but just like if you're going to do politics, keep it away from the entertainment industry. We don't need it. And especially considering it's not just like when you're on that scale of entertainment, Hollywood movies and big bands that are international, like it might do okay in America. And if you want to pull it through, like if Corey Taylor comes down and does a tour of Australia to do his solo shit, I'm not going. I
wouldn't mind seeing him do his acoustic thing where he does a lot of like, he does some Stone Sour, some Slipknot, and then just random other shit. I'd see him like that.
If you were to come down in support of his solo album, I'm not going to it.
No.
And I'm not going just because he's in Slipknot. Two different fucking entities.
Well, all we can say is at least that shit didn't make it to the Slipknot album. But after we just talked about how shit that new Corey Taylor song is, I've got a new song that's just came out that's fucking great. Have you heard the new Nucleus?
I have heard it. I've listened to it a couple of times. Well, I've watched the video clip a couple of times.
Mine's meow.
Yeah. Are you going to do a vocal cover?
No, Jaden sent me through the thing for that the other day. I was like, nah, I can't.
Maybe
do
you should.
I need to start singing again in general and just get my voice back. But I just, yeah.
Have you seen that really big dude on YouTube and he does vocal covers, but then the music starts. It's like he has the music track without vocals. And then as soon as it's time for the singing, he comes in, he just starts singing that Smash Mouth song.
No.
I'll show you later. It's fucking hilarious. He does it to everything, like heavy metal. He done ones in Nirvana, I think, Evanescence. It's the same lyrics that he sings, same song, just wrong fucking band.
No, I haven't seen that one.
You should do that. Yeah. Are they actually playing? Do you know? Anything?
No time soon. They've I was watching a live I suppose it pretty much would have been a podcast, like live Q&A type thing that they did the other night.
Yeah.
And yeah, on there they said that now they've got a second guitarist. So I'd say now they'll go through the whole sorting through the lineup and sorting out, teaching new bloke new songs and all that. I don't want to say too much because I don't know how much has been announced, so I'm not going to say anything else. But all I know is at least they mentioned that there was a new guitarist in this podcast, so I'm free to say that, but I won't say anything else.
We should
But no, I want to go see him live again, but I don't know how soon anything like that's going to be happening.
I've been waiting ever since COVID opened up everything here in Perth. I've been waiting for him to put a showdown, like a date.
Yeah,
they've got to be doing something. There's no point in releasing music and not at least playing live.
Yeah, but I mean, what they're releasing, they're doing it the smart way in the way of like, all right, rather than releasing a whole album, just release covers. At least that way it keeps you relevant because every 2 months a new single gets released. You stay in everyone's social feeds and all the rest of it, and it's popping up rather than just dropping an album people listen to once and then they just go.
Yeah, but I still want to see them live.
Oh yeah, I want to see them live too.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
I know they had plans on touring, but then COVID fucked all that. But like I said, I don't want to say too much more. We'll get Max on the show one day.
Yeah.
To have a chat with us.
Get
Jaden back because, like we said to Jaden when he was our first guest, so rather than just being a guest, we just if you want to come and hang out and talk shit, we'll just have you on as a regular. Like,
well, that's why this podcast doesn't just need to be about new albums and shit. We can just talk to people, and I'd love to sit down and have Jaden on more often and Maxie if he's
have a chat to Max.
To come in. I think it'd be awesome.
I've got a list of people I want to talk to. I just got to start reaching out. One that I do want to get a hold of is Dan Granger.
Yeah,
I'd like to see his view on things, and you'd have something to talk to him about. He's a drummer. He's a fucking awesome drummer too. Yeah. But yeah, like I said, I've got a list of people I need to reach out to, and we need to start making this a regular thing. Now that all this has died down with the whole COVID shit, we can actually travel again and all that. And
yeah, almost went to that Hometown Heavies. They did another gig on Friday.
Oh, did they? Who was playing? Fuck
knows. Didn't even look. We were at dinner with Kate's family for a birthday, not her birthday. And I was looking on my phone like 8 o'clock or some shit. I'm like, oh, this is on.
Because I thought I saw an advertisement. I thought that wasn't until September.
No, I'm pretty sure it was last
I probably misread it because I'm fucking retarded.
Because I looked at it, I said, Kate, you want to go to a metal gig? And she's like, where at? I said, it's at
Oh, Lucy's like, fuck yeah, it wasn't. So that would have been Jessie again.
Yeah, I said, do you want to go to that? And she goes, there's different bands. I said, I think so. I said, if not, it's just live music. She goes,
yeah, but you guys missed out on seeing a Viscerous play that night.
Yeah.
They were fucking sick.
Yeah, man.
And seeing him with a new vocalist too, because I'd seen him previously with the old vocalist. And like I said to Jessie, like the music was fucking great, but that vocalist, he's off.
Yeah.
And then they replaced him with this young bloke, Cody, and he is fucking awesome.
Yeah.
The things that young dude can do with his fucking his vocals.
When they're playing, if you've got a weekend, come down, we'll head to it. And
yeah, well, like I said, I fucked up there. I thought it was in September, so obviously I just missed that gig.
I would have stayed, would have hung around like longer that night, but with the bad fucking the issue that I got with my legs at the moment, I just couldn't. They were fucking stinging and burning, and I just had to get home. And
no, fair enough.
Yeah, sort them out. So I will definitely head into town and check them out.
No, they're awesome.
Cool.
All right, should we wrap it up there?
Rappy rap.
A rappity rap. That'll be $2.50. Wrap to gift. All right, thanks everyone for watching.
Listening, if anyone listens.
Listening, watching. Thanks to anyone else that saw it 5 minutes and turned it off.
Thanks to anyone who lasted 3 seconds.
But no.
That's what she said.
Same old shit. And she's still marrying you. You must be doing something right.
Doing something perfect.
follow the socials. All the links are down below. I'm gonna try and make myself be more active on the social media. I'm fucking shocking with it. I fucking hate it.
We both hate social media.
But for the sake of trying to grow this podcast and reach it out to more people, I've got to get my shit together and start doing it. So
we both need to do it. I mean,
well, if you take care of Instagram, I'll take care of Facebook. Because Instagram, I can't fucking work out because I'm.
Yeah, there's a way to do both. I think you post on one and it goes to the other. But
well, if we can link it up like that, then
I don't know if it's Instagram to Facebook or Facebook to Instagram.
Because I was going to say if it's Facebook to Instagram, then I can just do the Facebook shit and I'll post it on Instagram.
I finally get to do my first YouTubey thing. If you know how to use social media, drop a comment and let us know.
What did you think of the new Static X album? Tell us your favourite song down below in the comments.
Or as they always fuck up, tell us your favourite song down below in the comments. They always point to
they're like,
screen.
I'll put a link to this up here and the thing pops up here.
Or they don't. Or they go, I'm going to chuck a link in the description and then it's just the fucking description. It's like, where's the fucking link?
There's a link, dickhead.
Oh.
All right, cheers, guys. We'll see you in the next one.
Catches.
Catch ya.